The first thing I did when we bought and moved to this property was plow up the area that is now the north garden. The previous owner had just been bush hogging it yearly, though by the time we bought this place, the yearly part had sort of fallen by the wayside several years before. In the process of plowing and then disking the field with a borrowed set of harrows, I turned up a lot of rocks. A lot. Big, small, flat, round, sharp, smooth, you name it, I've got thousands of them. Fortunately, I've always enjoyed building things, and it turns out I really enjoy building stone walls. I did a bunch of research on how to build them properly so they would last, and then began moving all those rocks out of the garden and dropping them in piles where I wanted stone walls. This location on the south side of the house, adjacent to the woods road, was the first place where I transformed those piles of rocks into an orderly stone wall. I worked at it a little bit at a time, an hour in the evening, and occasional early morning. Whenever I had a spare minute or needed a break from production farming, which, at the time, I was still fully engaged in, still supplying Maine's largest year-round CSA and 2 farmers markets. I find this type of amateur masonry to be incredibly relaxing. It's a project I can lose myself in, and often did, working until well past dark without really noticing, until I suddenly couldn't see the stones. If I say so myself, this stone wall turned out beautifully. But, things being what they are on a built-from-scratch homestead, other projects took over. We've been here about 5 years, and it's taken me that long to get my feet under me in the food garden. That's even with my years of commercial farming experience. Long story short, I hope people don't worry too much about their perceived failures, or if things don't materialize as quickly as you'd like. It takes years to build a utopian homestead. I'm not even close. But I finally feel like I have things well enough in hand that I can start focusing on some of the derelict pieces of this property, not least of which is the strip of land on either side of this stone wall. I'd like to turn it into ornamental gardens, peppered with the apple trees that are in here somewhere. Now that I found a steady supply of cardboard, I'm thinking this project is getting elevated to the top of the to-work list. Cardboard is an incredible source of weed suppression. It's biodegradable, but if you lay it down thick enough, even perennial weeds and grasses will be long gone by the time it all breaks down. But cardboard alone is not going to be able to handle these weeds, which include wild blackberries, milkweed, and goldenrod, all of which contain specimens at this site that are taller than me. So, I'm going to trample them down, pushing the growth outward from the wall, then cut them off at the base, once I can reach the base, to give myself a flat surface upon which to lay the cardboard. Then, mulch over it with composted manure, and plant directly into that. And right about here is where Emily came outside to look in the van and get it ready for a trip we're taking today, and saw I had pretty much filled the entire thing with cardboard.
Hi. No good? You're gonna help? You helping? Here. Make yourself useful. That's not useful. You want to get the squirrel, don't you? You're a dub.
I can already see that giving Ziggy access to this stone wall may be counterproductive to creating an ornamental garden around it. He's completely obsessed with catching the squirrels and chipmunks that laugh at him from in the cracks of the stones.
have done without that. Ow. What you're all upset about. Oh, I'm glad he was up there. Ah, looks like Ziggy found something to play with. Yeah, you better hope he doesn't come down. Got a little porcupine up here. All right, that'll do. How did you know he was up there? You're far more observant than I give you credit for. Are you climbing the tree? No wonder you wanted to stay out here. Oh, he's not even blinking. That's a good defense mechanism, dude. Glad you're using that, not the alternative. Dude, would you chill out? Thanks for letting me know. I don't want you messing with him. Let's go inside.
Are you okay?
Yeah, just heavy rocks. Well, you're patient, I'll give you that.